Welcome. I wanted to take a moment to thank all of you for coming to celebrate this day with us. It means so much to Amanda and I that all of you were able to be here. I also wanted to talk a little bit about marriage and the meaning of our day, of this day. From the time we're young, we hype up marriage. We make it this big ordeal where everything in your life changes. A day where everything is supposed to be perfect, the most important day of your life. Having lived through it, I'm realizing how much all of those notions are wrong. I'm not here marrying Amanda in the hopes our life will change. I'm here marrying Amanda because the last 7 years we've been together have been so wonderful, I don't want them to change. There's the idea that everything today is going to be perfect, yet something today is going to go wrong. Whether it's something big or small, it absolutely will, no matter how much planning we've done. It's said that your wedding is the most important day of your life, but how could it be more important than the day that Amanda and I first met at a coffee shop and we stayed out until after midnight talking on a school night? How could it be more important than the times we've chosen to add another cat to our lives? How could it be more important than the times we've been there for each other through hard times, only to come out the other side closer than ever? There have been so many important events that ultimately led us here, to this day. So what is a wedding? What does marriage really mean? I propose this. A wedding is the first test of a marriage. You see, while we've been together for 7 years and lived together for 5 of those years, this was the first time we had to plan something this big. This was the first time that we really had to make some hard decisions together. Should our wedding be big or small? We went big. Who should be invited? Where should we have it? What's most important? Ultimately, what we realized was the most important thing to us was being able to celebrate this day with all of you. We realized we wanted something a little more unique and a little more Philly. We wanted a day that could be fun. As we made each decision, I realized that's what a marriage is. It's two people with a common vision and similar goals for the future coming together to support each other. While there was absolutely give and take and disagreements over little things we'll probably never remember, we were both on the same page in the overall goal of fun with everyone. So that's what this day is. It's a fun day with all of our friends and family. As I'm writing this, I'm realizing that's what makes this day perfect, is being here with all of you. What changes is that this group of people will probably never be together again. What makes this day so important is all of you being willing to be here today to celebrate with us. So let's make it a day to remember and have some fun. Thank you.
who has ever loved. An awesome book of love. If I was a dinosaur, sorry, and you were a jet, there's a chance, a good chance, that we'd never have met. If I was a river, and you were the sky, if I was down low, and you were up high, or if I was an apple and you were a Sunday, if you were a Wednesday and I was a Monday. If you were spring seasons and I was the fall, we might never have gotten together at all. But we aren't all those things. You're you and I'm me, and we're as together can be. And you know I'm aglow with a smile on my face when I wonder what magic you'll make of this place, of this town, of this world. You'll transform your surroundings. That spirit inside you is truly astounding. And when I'm beside you, I'm leaping and bounding, so proud I can hardly contain my heart pounding. I love you, in so many ways, over thousands of years, over billions of days. I love you so much I would scream it from mountains and dance like a fool in the coldest town fountains. I love you. I would paint it on walls in colors so bright that they glow in the dark with I love you all night. I would march through the rain, I'd jump out of a plane, put the world on my back, I'd still race down a train, and stand down whole armies defending your name. And you know, that's not all this love is about. Sometimes it's a whisper when you feel you can shout. Or just being around when others have gone, or about letting go when you want to hold on. It's about living life with such strength and emotion, and knowing the waves are just part of the ocean. And that ocean goes on forever, just like the love that has brought us together.
When they first met, I knew it would be different. Dylan Renzulli had met someone significant. I could tell in his words, I could tell in his voice, that the woman he met was the woman of his choice. So as his nosy bestie, I knew I had to meet her, but I wasn't prepared for the vision that would be her. Tall, auburn, beautiful, and everything in between, she really was the woman of his dreams. And as time passed, her personality grew. Amanda Clark was the best person I've ever seen. He said, "I love you," and she said, "I know." And from there, their love began to blossom and grow. They fit together perfectly, just like a puzzle piece, and can always lean on each other whenever they need that sweet relief. His heart was tremendous, and hers to match. But both of these two are an incredible catch. We are so lucky and happy to celebrate with you today. To wish you many blessings and love to come your way. Two people can never complete each other so thoroughly as these two do, Dylan and Amanda Clarkzulli.
So, I've always looked at Amanda and Dylan like chocolate and peanut butter. Each one is a special treat to have in your life, but something truly magical happens when they get together. They each to each complement and accentuate the best parts of one another. And just bring a whole new sensation into the world. Now, I brought along a visual aid to help illustrate my point today, but it melted. Similar to the way I hope you two can melt into each other's arms at the end of a long day, as I know you'll continue to grow independently and together, stronger and more in love for many years to come.
Thank you.
Dylan and Amanda, I can speak on behalf of everyone here in saying that we're very happy for both of you. We can all attest to the fact that you belong together. Oh, I didn't like this. Dylan, even as a little boy, you had the makings of a great man. You were a sweet, kind person, but no pushover. You knew how to say no thanks, even as a little 4-year-old sitting in our living room waiting for your mother's return when we asked you to please join us for dinner. And speaking of being no pushover, I remember coming to a soccer game at the George School, a friend's school, when you were the goalie for the team. You had quite a few impressive saves, but your team lost the game. Afterwards, when I complimented you on your game and I talked about how bad the defense was, I remember you saying, Quakers don't know how to be aggressive. So the only games we might have a chance of winning are those where we play other Quakers. Dylan, we've had some great times together. Okay. Our family enjoyed having you join us for day trips to Atlantic City for bowling at the Showboat Casino. And honestly, we didn't just bring you along because you were such a terrible bowler and we knew we could all beat you. Amanda, you fit right in with our family, all of us, upon arrival. In just a few short visits, you knew all of us by name and probably some unique detail about each of us that even the other cousins and family members didn't know. Your smile, your laugh, your warmth, they're contagious. Everybody who meets you wants to step up their game. A marriage can be a challenge. You'll have days where you love one another, but you don't like one another a whole lot. But hang in there, and don't forget you have all of these people here today who will support you in every way possible. So in closing, Dylan, we have to sing our little call that we do every time we see one another.
Sure. So it's okay to cry when you do this?
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, I've taken the cue. So, Dylan and Amanda, when I think about you guys and your relationship, so many words and so many descriptions come to my mind. Loving, fun, enthusiastic, giving. That's just a few. But the one that means the most to me is family. You guys come from huge families, very large families. But while Dylan has a really large family on Pat's side, on his dad's side, that's my side, it's a very small family. As a matter of fact, Dylan is one of my only first cousins. It's amazing. So for almost 2 years, our grandmother, Nana, Dylan's her favorite, she's lived with me. And during that time, Dylan and Amanda have come to visit her almost every month, even though it takes them probably more than an hour to get to our house. So when they come to visit, there's absolutely no sense of obligation. These are visits that are filled with love and laughter and a lot of storytelling. So somewhere along the way, they said, hey, would it be okay if we brought some food? They picked up a pizza that first time, and then the next thing we know it, they're bringing bags of food, home-cooked meals, fully cooked home-cooked meals. So a new family tradition was sort of created. We've had quiches with apple crisp for dessert, pot roast with roasted broccoli. One time they came in with everything to make a fully cooked breakfast for lunch made to order. There's Amanda in the kitchen making scrambled eggs, French toast, bacon, sausage, you name it. She just made it all. So these visits, they made Nana so incredibly happy having her favorite grandson and Amanda. But not only were they important to Nana, I've been so grateful for them as well. So when I grew up, one of my favorite memories were Sunday dinners at Nana and Poppy's house. Those meals bring a lot of that tradition back to our family, and it's so wonderful to build these old traditions back into our next generation. It's such an honor, Amanda, to welcome you into our family. We love you so much. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Up, down, up, down. So Robert Fulghum, who's the author of a book called All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten, actually wrote another book about love. And in that he said, we're all a little weird. And life is a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, we join up with them and fall into mutually satisfying weirdness and call it love, true love. Now, I'd like to think my wife and I have a compatible weirdness. She may actually disagree with that. But now I've known Amanda for 32 years when she came to our wedding out in Washington State, and I've known Dylan now for several years. And I think your weirdness is pretty compatible. So good for you. Now the Beatles also sang about love in a lot of songs. And the most famous one is, all you need is love, all you need is love, all you need is love, love is all you need. Which I don't actually buy. I think you need a few other things. Now Charles Schultz, creator of Peanuts, said, all you need is love, but a little chocolate now and then doesn't hurt. But I asked several people, what else do you need? And we kind of narrowed it down to 4. Friendship, determination to make it work, consideration, thanks Tom, and mutual respect. So if you have all those with a little chocolate and love, you should be okay. But now everybody also thinks that a marriage should be 50-50. And overall, in the long run, it should balance out. But sometimes it's not going to be 50, it's going to be 40-60, or even 30-70, for a day, for a week, or even a couple of months. And you guys have to be okay with that, even when you're the one who's 70 and your partner is 30. Because sometimes it has to be about you, and you have to be okay with that. So I'll end this with one of my favorite quotes, which is from that scholarly TV show MASH, where Dr. Sidney Friedman said to the operating staff, and I think it pertains to life in general and to marriage, ladies and gentlemen, take my advice, pull down your pants and slide on the ice.
Cousins are our first best friends. Dylan was a cousin that we eagerly anticipated. He was our golden baby. He was wanted, he was needed, he became one of us. Each one of our cousins is special. There's a lot of us. I'm the oldest of 16. I speak at funerals and weddings. This is now my role, and I represent them as best that I can. Now, we're welcoming Amanda to this crowd. You see, Dylan was quiet and shy, and hiding behind those deep, deep blue eyes of tenderness was emotional and thought-provoking soul. He had soul. We welcome you to that code of cousins that only special people can be members of. We consider you a friend, and it's an unwritten rule that you're now a cousin. While Dylan was growing up, we took it responsibly to help him become the man he is today. You see, his life was running parallel to yours. He was growing, he was developing, he was drinking. He was experiencing life through his own lens. Our generation has been told over and over again that family is everything. It's part of our job as cousins to replace the generations before us. We have to make it better. We have to make it memorable. We have to honor those who were here before us. How lucky are we to have you join that group? When I think back to our family and the descendants before us, many of them had challenges, joys, different things happening through their life. And then one time, Dylan's path that was running parallel to yours met in a coffee shop. And while you were doing your growing and learning, it was time to meet. We presented as best we can say that that was the best part of all of us the night you met, because we are so delighted that he has found someone to love him as he deserves. You make people better when you're together. You not only build each other up, you build us up too. You empower us. You make us smile. You remind us to be etiquetely appropriate with our social media. I have always written a speech on a piece of paper, and I was intimidated to do that, and I brought my phone. Because I know this is a digital world we now live in, and I have to cross that bridge because I'm almost 50. I love how you taught things to us, and each of you in your own way. You empower us through your actions. So as I stand here today, representing your 16 cousins, your 21 second cousins, and our amazing spouses, we're glad to have you join us. We love you and can't wait for the next part.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've known Amanda since 2002. We met on the crew team at Boston University. Since then, we've gotten to travel the world together. We've got to celebrate our highs and also comfort each other during our lows. Dylan, I want to start with you. The way you care for, love, and protect Amanda is inspiring and heartwarming. I see the ways you make her feel safe, understood, and cared for. Thank you for being the man that you are, and especially the man that you are with Amanda. If you know Amanda, you know that she is infinitely kind. And her kindness and consideration comes in the best form, action. She shows up in her words in her behavior, and in her consideration. Looking at her today, it's hard to imagine that she's more beautiful on the inside than outside, but everyone that knows Amanda knows that that's true. Similar to Amanda and Dylan, we've all shown up here today in support of them. So I wanted to take this opportunity for us to show them how excited we all are to continue to give them the love and support that they've given us over the years. Not only do Amanda and Dylan have the tools, love, and relationship to conquer the world, but we in this room all get to have the privilege of being by their side while they do it. To show them that, I would like us all to promise them 3 things. So if you agree with the next 3 statements, if everyone will join me together saying loud and proud, you can count on us. So I want them to feel the love in this room and feel the support that they have today. So yeah, feel free to soak it all in, enjoy this moment. So it'll go, I'll say a statement, I'll go like this. If you agree, you can count on us. Amanda and Dylan, in the years to come, we will all be there for you in the way you've been there for us, with an open heart and a kind ear. You can count on us. Amanda and Dylan, when you encounter more than you think you can handle in the world, turn to us, and we will offer you strength, counsel, comfort, and unconditional love. You can count on us. Well, Amanda and Dylan, when you accomplish and achieve all the wonderful things coming to you in the future, we will be there for you to share in your pride, your joy, your happiness, and your love. You can count on us.
Do my vows. I'm okay. Walk with me.
Making sure we're all on the same page here. I stand before you today and in front of all of our amazing friends and family. I am so thankful, first of all, for all of you. And I'm so thankful for you, Dylan. Today I am feeling big feelings, maybe the biggest, brightest feelings of my life. Today I feel happy. Before we met, I don't think I truly understood what happiness was. Your face makes me so happy when I see it. From the moment you walked into that coffee shop in Bryn Mawr to today when I first saw you in your suit at City Hall, your smile lights up my heart so brightly that it shines right back out to you. Today I feel complete. You are my perfect complement. No matter how stormy the sea looks, you are my sandy, safe shore. You drive, I navigate. I cook, you wash. I get way too loud, and you remind me to use my indoor voice. Or sometimes you yell and laugh and cheer with me. People have said we high-five a lot. I like to think of it as our way of validating our mutual appreciation for the present moment. Today I feel hopeful. I look forward to continuing to high-five as we grow old together. And I see our future. Future me and future you doing all of our favorite things throughout the years. Traveling to far-off places for our honeymoon and weekends away and vacations till we're old and gray. Picking out furniture and a new TV for our next house. And then someday getting that hologram TV they'll come out with and staying extremely current in our technologically advanced ways that we binge watch TV and play video games. Debating the latest news story or what sound an animal makes or the etymology of baby names right up until one of us Googles it. Cooking big breakfasts together as we grow as a family, pancakes and eggs and all the bacon you could ever want. I know our kids will love bacon just like their dad. Decorating the Christmas tree and eating homemade cookies and drinking cocoa all night. Dancing to our song, Can't Help Falling in Love with You, in the kitchen, in the parking lot, on a street corner, or at our friends' weddings for years to come. Taking the drive up to Queensbury or out to Westchester, where I'll always feel safe with you in the driver's seat as you pilot us to our destination, and sometimes I'll feed you snacks and drinks. In gathering with our incredible friends and families as they grow older with us, as we watch them and their kids and pets grow, and these relationships will get richer and more beautiful over time. Staying up late talking and cuddling, breaking into hysterical laughter, and you reminding me not to get so riled up before bed. And lastly, falling in love together with one another, over and over and over until the day one of us leaves to get shot into space. Today, I feel joyful. You are my heart, Dylan Renzulli, the other half of my soul, the papa bear to my mama bear, the blender across the aisle that completes me, the purpose I find when I wake each day, my partner in crime, my teammate in life. It's us against the problems, and we can face anything together. Today, I feel ready to be with you forever. You were meant for me, Dylan, and I vow to spend the rest of my life showing you that I was meant for you too. I vow to never stop working to make you happy, to support you in everything you do, to lift you up when you are down, and remind you why you are so awesome if you ever forget. I vow to take care of you, to feed you tasty dinners and baked goods, to never forget to check that I lock the door, and to always walrus hug you when you are sad. I vow to be your champion, your biggest fan, and your loudest cheerleader. I vow to love you until the day I die, and then in every life thereafter, as we meet, fall in love, and get married for centuries to come. Today I feel free. Marriage makes you free. Marriage allows us to support our partners to become the people they were meant to be, to empower them to pursue their dreams and to live bravely and honestly. It allows us to live bravely and honestly ourselves. Marriage gives us the strength to continue to say yes to what is right for us. It gives us a foundation on which to build the strength to dream big dreams. You are my foundation on which I build my dreams. You give me all the strength I've ever needed. I will never stop saying yes to what is right for us, wherever the path takes us. And lastly, today, I feel love, so much love. Dylan Renzulli, I love you. I am so proud to marry you today. Thank you for being you, for being my best friend, and for being mine.
Samesies. Amanda, we've been together 7 years at this point, so I hope you know what to expect. In case you've forgotten, here are some reminders of things I promise to always do. I vow to always do the cat litter fewer times than you want me to. I vow to always miss getting at least one sock into the laundry basket each night before bed so you can pick it up the next morning. I promise to make the bed sometimes. I promise never to throw up on you so long as you let me watch Firefly before bed. I promise to always stick with you and have your back, even if I think you're wrong. I vow to keep working on our relationship to make it the best it can be. I promise I'll never leave you stranded, even when you forget your keys. I vow to always protect your smile. I promise to kiss you each morning and tell you I love you. I vow to always give you honest feedback on your cooking and fashion choices. I promise to rickroll you, put my finger in your mouth when you yawn, and tickle you responsibly, and never on a bad day. On those bad days, I vow to always fill you with carbs. I promise I'll never give you a hard time when you eat peanut butter, Nutella, or frosting from a tube at midnight. I vow to always help you make deliciously bad decisions at restaurants. I vow to continue being your food husband and let you try bites of whatever I order at a restaurant, regardless of whether or not I want a bite of your salad. I vow to keep making up ridiculous songs with you about our everyday life. I promise that anytime I watch one of our shows without you, I'll watch it again with you. I vow to always play fashion show, fashion show, fashion show at lunch whenever you get a new trunk club. I vow to always surprise you with presents at Christmas and watch One Magic Christmas each year. I promise to give you walrus hugs anytime you want them. I vow to always kiss you in threes. I promise to never go to bed angry. I promise to wake you up if I hear you having a nightmare and cuddle you until you fall back asleep. I promise to take care of you when you're sick and help you through bad times. I vow to always put our family first and provide for us to the best of my ability. I promise to always tackle problems with you and remind you that it's us against the problem, not against each other. Finally, I promise I'll always wish you sweet dreams before bed. There are so many more things I'd like to promise. Ultimately, I just hope you know how much I love you. I knew from the moment I saw you that we would be here someday, and I'm so happy we finally made it. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
In the presence of God and these our friends, I take thee, Dylan, to be my husband, promising with divine assistance to be unto thee a loving and faithful wife, so long as we both shall live.
In the presence of God and these our friends, I take thee, Amanda, to be my wife, promising with divine assistance to be unto thee a loving and faithful husband, so long as we both shall live.